Hello children, today we are going to learn about the early humans. In this chapter, we will be discussing about their food, shelter, tools used for hunting, discovery of fire and metals. Children, do you know where did the early humans believe to be living? They lived in forest and used caves as shelters. It protected them from heat, cold, rain and wild animals. They ate vegetables and plants, gathered fruits and nuts and seeds. Later, they started hunting small animals for food. They began hunting bigger animals gradually. The hunting of large animals led to the invention of various types of tools. Tools were used by early humans for the purpose of hunting and digging out roots. They also picked and used sharp stones from the ground. Later, they started making tools like spear, hammer, and axe, which were made up of stone and wood. These tools were used for scraping, cutting, and hunting. A stone called the flint was split and chipped to form a sharp-edged tool. Now let us talk about their clothing. It is believed that to protect themselves from harsh climate, early humans started covering themselves with animal skin and leaves. Now, early humans first saw forest fire, which may have been caused naturally, and it was much later that humans learned how to make fire by rubbing stones. They started using fire to cook and keep themselves warm. Fire was also used to light up their caves and to protect themselves from wild animals. Let us talk about the farming done by early human. Children, farming was something for which the early humans wandered from place to place. They hunted animals, gathered fruits and vegetables. Gradually, they learned to grow their own plants and domesticate animals. Donkeys, cows, goats, sheep, and bullocks were reared and tamed for food, farming, milk, and transportation. From food gatherers, early humans became food producers, and this was the beginning for a settled life. The greatest invention that changed the history was the invention of the wheel. The oldest wheel is believed to be over 5,500 years ago. Children, just look at this. This is a sledge believed to be created by the early humans and which is still there in the British Museum. You see this? Let us talk about the invention of the wheel in detail. Early humans must have observed rolling logs of wood or stones and got the idea of making wheel. The early humans made a cart without wheel, which was called a sledge. They placed round logs under them, but when they tried to drag it, the process was very difficult. Then what they thought of is making some grooves on it. So deep grooves were made inside the logs which helped them to move easily. They chopped the logs into round shape and made holes in the center. The two such rods, pieces of wood, were joined with thinner log in between called the axle. This made the cart stable and easy to turn on both sides. The early human also used the wheel to make clay pots. Now, let us talk about the discovery of metals. Initially, early humans used stone for making tools. It was much later that metals like copper were used for making knives and sickles, pots, etc., which lasted longer than the stone tools. This age was known as the Copper Age. Metals like copper, tin may have been melted together to make bronze. This invention was one of the landmarks in the history of humankind. The entire period since the discovery and use of bronze is called the Bronze Age. After this, all over the world, utensils and ornaments were made out of bronze, and this was followed by the discovery of iron. Children, there is a lot of difference between the lifestyles of early humans and modern humans. Early humans went through many stages to become the humans of today, as believed. There has been a remarkable change in the habitat, food, lifestyle, and culture. However, this change was a gradual one.